Evolution and creation, one of the most complicated and not so complicated topics in the whole of the science field. The hot water around this topic prevents people from talking about it anyhow, since a whole lot of people and religious organizations tend to get triggered about this topic. But since I really do not care and I am really looking for content ideas, I am going to talk about it anyway. Also, I think I have to put it out there. This video isn't to trigger or invalidate anyone's beliefs in any way. We're simply looking at the facts and we're shedding more light about the topic for people to better understand what exactly it is we're talking about here. Let's start with the concept of creation. What exactly does that mean? Well, according to religious people, we were all made from sand. Then, after we were molded into the shape of man, life was now blown into our nose, and so we began. That's literally it. I know some of you might say I really didn't give an in-depth analysis as to what creation actually means, but that's it. Even if I did wanted to say more, there really isn't any more to say. This is the opposition of evolution, and quite frankly, I hate the fact that the generally accepted term used to explain this is called creation, as it's a totally bogus term. Later on in this video, I will explain why. Evolution, on the other hand, is a theory in biology that says various types of plants, animals, and other living things on Earth have their origin in other pre-existing types, and that the distinguishable difference are due to huge modifications in successive generations. The problem with creationist theory is that it only actively accounts for man. Whilst there's a staggering 2 million species that has been accounted for and named, with many more to be found. Those 2 million species have been broken down and studied from single-cell organisms to huge-sized species. The 19th century English naturalist Charles Darwin argued that organisms came about by evolution, and to provide a scientific explanation essentially correct but incomplete of how evolution occurs and why is it that we have organisms features such as wings, eyes, kidneys clearly structured to serve specific functions. This theory was further investigated when it was discovered that humans and chimpanzees have very similar genes. Molecular biology enormously advanced knowledge of biological evolution and made it possible for us to investigate detailed problems that had seemed completely out of reach previously. So the question is, which of these really makes sense? Well, first of all, there are millions, if not billions, of people that believe creationist theory and take the theory very, very seriously. So it's really not a joke. But there can only be one true way we came into existence, right? Or was something blown into our nose to automatically make us alive, or did we evolve? I'm obviously in no position to make a flat out statement of what happened. But looking at the facts, the creationist idea is beginning to sound more and more like a fairy tale, seeing as there really isn't anything to back it apart from one book. That's about it. Evolution, on the other hand, is backed by tons and tons of data studied and actual research. We have figured out abiogenesis, mutation, molecular biology, natural selections, and so many more fields of studies. When we begin to dive in deeper into these concepts, the creationist idea really doesn't answer much anymore. The idea that we were blown life into our nose really doesn't sit well anymore. Does this mean that every single species got life blown into them too? I mean, even bacteria, fungi, and a whole lot of single-cell organisms? I mean, that's a whole lot of blowing, don't you think? And it really doesn't explain a whole lot of biological phenomena very well. Very well, what am I saying? It doesn't explain it at all. The weird thing is, evolution really doesn't discard the concept of everything being created. In fact, science embraces creation. I mean, thanks to science, we've created millions and millions of things. Evolution just tells us in a very sensible way how we work, how we came about, and how everything works with us. That is why I have a problem with the term creation. The theory that we were blown life into our nose really doesn't explain anything. Therefore, anybody with even an ounce of curiosity cannot discard evolution to believe we were magically just blown life. It simply really doesn't make any sense at all.